Rivers rising and flooding begins as this December deluge soaks western Washington. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Mark Wright.
I'm Kristen Ayers. Believe it or not, this is now one of the wettest December days on record. Today, the National Weather Service in Seattle tweeted that this is the second wettest December day since 1945.
We have coverage across western Washington tonight where people aren't just dealing with floodwater but landslides. We begin our team coverage with King 5's Chris Daniels live in Des Moines tonight. Chris.
Yeah, Mark, we've had a landslide, a worker trapped as well, and a road closed at this hour. This is where we are, right at the corner of Marine View Drive, Woodmont, South 265th in Des Moines here in South King County. The rain continuing to fall, and this is the road that is closed. This is an area not far from Saltwater State Park where we saw the landslide come down and a worker trapped in that culvert. Take you to that video from Sky King a bit earlier today, and you can get a grasp of the situation here on just how big this landslide is. What we're hearing from the city of Des Moines and from King County is that all lanes are closed here. They're going to work here throughout this rain, throughout the evening, to try and open up at least one lane so people can get back and forth, because it does sound like people are trapped within their homes right now in terms of trying to get out of their neighborhood and get to the rest of civilization. So blocked off from the rest of the city. We did talk to one man, Richard Schatz, about what he has been told.
Been here for 10 years and never seen anything like this happen. I understand things do happen, so this is unfortunate, but the crews out here seem to be doing a great job cleaning things up, and we've been told that it could be as early as a couple hours, as long as maybe a day or two before it's accessible, so we're not sure yet.
As I told you off the top, a worker was also trapped in the culvert in this general area. We are told that before the rescue response crews could come out, that worker was pulled out and he is okay. But this is going to be a long slog through the sludge on this road tonight. We can hear just below us some work crews trying to move some stuff around right now, so we can hear that activity in the dark on what's going to be a dark and stormy Friday night. For now, live in Des Moines, I'm Chris Daniels, King 5 News.
Thanks, Chris. It was tough going along eastbound I-90 this afternoon. A tree fell, blocking all lanes. This happened near Issaquah. The State Patrol tweeted a picture of that tree. You can see it right there. It smashed a guardrail and extended out across the road. It took about an hour to fully reopen the road.
Well, check out the conditions in Renton Landing today. That's a lot of water. It's safe to say the soggy weather put a damper on holiday shopping, but that's not all. King 5 Natalie Swaby is live in Tacoma tonight, where people in the South Sound are dealing with just a ton of water. Natalie.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. And we're actually following some developing news here in Tacoma that we're learning from Amtrak Cascades. They're saying all trains between Seattle and Portland are going to see disruption to service until Sunday. I'm going to step out of the way, take a look at the tracks here. You can see water so close to those tracks, but what we are hearing from Amtrak Cascades is there's actually a landslide along these tracks. We haven't been able to see that slide just yet, but you can see that it's just a mess out here near these tracks. And as I said, all trains between Seattle and Portland are going to be disrupted until 9 a.m. on Sunday, December 22nd. Now, we're also taking a look at some other roadblocks that we've seen in Tacoma. I want to show you a photo. This is from Billy Gibbs. He shared this with us. South Tacoma Way, where it meets Pacific, completely underwater in the early morning hours. And this also was discovered this morning, a flooded basement at the building that houses the Washington State Archives in Olympia. Fortunately, the records are above the water line, but there was standing water around the cubicles and it flowed along the east wall. They had to shut down the elevator and use dry vacs and garbage cans to get rid of all the water. I'm told everything's cleaned up and drying out. We were also at Northern Fish today along Ruston Way in Tacoma, where they had water that they had to squeegee out of the restaurant. We found people utilizing this free sandbag station in Tacoma. The rains created a lot of work for Angie Jackson.
My husband called out of work and has been working probably since like 7 to get the water out of our basement. Luckily, it's not a finished basement. We just want to protect our furnace and our hot water tank and everything like that.
Now, the rain has caused a number of road closures throughout this Tacoma area, and the city is asking people to follow those road closures, to use the detour signs so that they don't get stuck in flood waters.